A promising treatment for breast cancer. We hear from the first person in the U.S. to try out a new vaccine. A bear scare for one 13-year-old after the animal broke into his house. But this wasn't just any bear. See what was special about this bear and what scared him away. Hello, everyone. You're watching The Rundown. I'm Robin Winston. More on those stories coming up in a moment. But first, with COVID cases on the rise all across the country, a new booster could be just around the corner. The FDA is expected to authorize the updated COVID vaccine in the next few days. Then the CDC Vaccine Advisory Panel will meet Tuesday and vote on whether to recommend the updated vaccines. If the CDC signs off, shots will be available soon after. Although many at-home COVID testing kits have expired, don't throw them out just yet. The FDA has extended the expiration dates for many of the popular at-home kits. It put together a list of kits with updated expiration dates and posted that on its FDA.gov website. If your at-home kit is expired and was not given a new expiration date, the FDA says do not use it. Cases of the seasonal respiratory illness RSV are also already on the rise. The CDC says the increase in RSV infections are more notable in the southeastern part of the country, which means the rest of the country will see a rise in the next couple of months. 2 new RSV vaccines for seniors are available, and a new immunization for babies and young children will also be available this fall. And last month, the FDA approved an RSV vaccine given to pregnant women that could give their newborns protection. All right, it's time to check in with meteorologist Belinda De Leon, who has the rundown of your weather.
Hi, everyone. Here's what you can expect as we head into the weekend. Those below normal temperatures are going to last at least through Thursday with that persistent morning marine layer. But from Friday through Sunday, that marine layer is going to be shrinking as it weakens. That's because of the temperatures heating up. Right now, we've got this big area of low pressure over the southern part of the country, causing record-breaking temperatures in Texas. Well, that heat's going to be expanding into the west coast, and we're going to get a reminder that technically it's still summer with temperatures rising as we head into the weekend. Look at the trend in Riverside. We've got 86 on Wednesday, but by Thursday, noticeably hotter, 93, and temperatures in the triple-digit territory from Friday through Sunday. It's going to take a bit for this heat to back off. Temperatures will remain hot through the beginning of next week. Take care.
A suspected drunk driver killed a local high school coach and his mom. There are candles, crosses, and flowers at the memorial in Huntington Park to remember Eduardo Ramos and his mom, Bertha. They were killed Friday night in a fiery crash at the intersection of Randolph and Maywood. Eduardo's dad and brother were also in the car. They're both in critical condition. Eduardo was a basketball and cross-country coach at Alliance Collins. He was also a newlywed, married just 2 months ago.
They care for everybody who they meet, and they were a really strong, loving family, so it's really sad to see that.
The driver of the other car had minor injuries. Police arrested that person on suspicion of driving under the influence. Longtime Price is Right host Bob Barker's cause of death has been revealed. He died of Alzheimer's. That's according to a death certificate viewed by NBC News. Barker died August 26 at the age of 99. He hosted The Price is Right for 35 years. His publicist says there will not be a memorial service for Barker. He'll be buried at Forest Lawn Cemetery next to his wife. All right, take a look at this video showing flames erupt inside a Buena Park Target store. It happened Tuesday night, and you can see an entire rack of clothes caught fire in the children's section. The store's sprinkler system put out the flames. One witness described what he saw.
We thought it was a Halloween prop, but as we got closer, we heard a pop, which was a sprinkler going off, and then all of a sudden the flame got bigger, so I started recording. We walked around, a couple racks, and we realized that it was clothing that was on fire.
Everyone was safely evacuated. It's not clear how the fire started. The city of West Hollywood has the highest minimum wage in the country, $19.08 an hour. But business owners say the current minimum wage is already creating a financial burden for them, and they want the city to pause future increases. According to the West Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, more than 50 businesses signed a letter requesting city leaders to pause future minimum wage increases and roll back the paid time off requirements. They say the city's policies are hurting businesses, along with inflation and their ongoing struggles to bounce back from COVID. Some business owners are looking to cut down the amount of hours for workers or even eliminate certain positions altogether.
Most of our businesses in the critical state of business meeting that we recently had with city staff have said that they are looking at laying off 20% of their workforce to adjust to the new expenses that they're facing.
But workers we've spoken to say $20 does not go very far in West Hollywood or Southern California. Some of them say they're homeless, and even though they are working full-time at the current minimum wage. After a month-long recess, the Senate is back in session. Lawmakers have their work cut out for them. Among the items on the agenda, avoiding a government shutdown before the end of this month. That will happen if Congress fails to pass a spending bill. Some far-right Republicans want to attach conditions, including an impeachment inquiry into President Biden. Meanwhile, there's concern for Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell's health after he appeared to freeze for the second time in recent months. Some Senate Republicans stood by their leaders, others expressed doubt.
That doesn't mean it's incapacitating, doesn't mean he can't serve, but it means that somebody ought to wake up and say, wow, this looks like a seizure.
We may expect that Mitch McConnell will check out for 20 seconds a day, but the other 86,380 seconds in the day, he does a pretty darn good job.
A Capitol physician said McConnell did not have a stroke or a seizure. The evaluation comes after the 81-year-old fell and suffered a concussion earlier this year. Curing breast cancer before it starts. That's the goal of a promising new clinical trial that's underway at the Cleveland Clinic, aimed at preventing triple-negative breast cancer, the most aggressive and lethal form of the disease. Sean Yancey has a closer look at how the treatment works as the first patient in the study shares her experience.
I was very, very lucky. It just fell into place perfectly.
Jenny Davis is walking around with a science experiment in her body, in the hopes of one day curing breast cancer. But before we tell you how she got here, we have to go back to 2018.
I found a lump in February of 2018. Like I said, I knew something wasn't right.
Test soon led to a diagnosis: triple-negative breast cancer, the most aggressive and deadly form of the disease that is notoriously hard to treat.
So when I was diagnosed, it was a lot of fear, a lot of questions. What if? What's going to happen?
The mother of three from Lisbon, Ohio, was treated at the Cleveland Clinic. She underwent a double mastectomy and several rounds of chemo and radiation. After her treatment was over, she heard about the hospital's breast cancer vaccine trial and jumped at the opportunity to enroll.
I was just so fearful of recurrence that I wanted something so badly. So to me, it wasn't really something that I had to go back and forth with.
In 2021, Jenny became the first person in the country to receive the experimental vaccine, aimed at fighting cancer and keeping it from coming back.
The vaccine has been under research for over 20 years.
Dr. Amit Kumar is the CEO of Anixa Biosciences and says the shot has been successfully studied in lab animals for decades, but this is the first human trial. It works by training the immune system to target and destroy cells that produce a milk protein that appears in breast cancer cells and stops those cells from growing.
So the immune system should be able to destroy those early cancer cells as they arise, so the cancer cells never have a chance to become a large tumor mass. We expect that within 5 years, the vaccine will be available for people who have had breast cancer and are in danger of recurrence.
As for Jenny, she's hopeful. Fast forward to now. She's had 3 rounds of the vaccine with no serious complications and remains cancer-free and excited about the possibility this could hold for others.
Down the road, potentially wipe out triple-negative breast cancer altogether. It's huge and amazing, and I'm so thankful that I get to be a part of it.
After 4 years of marriage, Joe Jonas has filed for divorce from actress Sophie Turner. Jonas made the filing Tuesday in Miami, saying the marriage is irretrievably broken. The petition seeks shared parental responsibility of their 2 young daughters. Jonas and Turner got engaged back in 2017 and were married 2 years later. In what's being called an unprecedented move, Diddy is giving publishing rights back to artists and songwriters who were signed to his Bad Boy Records label. Diddy has reportedly turned down hundreds of millions for the rights to the musicians on his label. Instead, he reportedly wants to give back, empower Black artists, and help them build generational wealth.
These artists now can go ahead and use that money, however they want to funnel it, whether it's to, send their kids to college, create businesses.
This move comes on the 30th anniversary of his record label, and as Diddy is about to release new music. Next week, he's scheduled to receive the Global Icon Award at the VMAs. Over the Labor Day weekend in Florida, a 13-year-old boy got the scare of a lifetime when a bear got into his family's house. But this isn't your average bear. It's a three-legged bear known to neighbors as Tripod. NBC's Haley Crumble-Home reports.
Oh my God, I've never been this close to a bear.
13-year-old Joseph Diglio was watching TV Sunday. Barking from the family's dog, Bruno clued him in there was something outside.
Oh my God, there's a literal bear in our patio.
This is the hole the bear ripped open to get inside.
And once in,
he went over here to the fridge and got 2 White Claws.
Mango and strawberry, in case you were wondering.
Oh, look, he just opened the door. He's about to take the beer. He's about to take the beer.
And while the bear's ability to open the fridge was pretty cool, it was also kind of concerning.
But once I saw him open the fridge, I got scared that he could open the doors to the houses.
I feel like I gotta lock all the doors now. Oh my God, okay. I gotta go lock out my dog.
But it was ultimately barks from Bruno that scared the bear away.
Just part living where we live, honestly.
Wow, that's something you don't see every day. Very, very scary. The bear just wanted a White Claw, that's it. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4, weekdays 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with traffic reports throughout the morning. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.